So let's have a conversation about one of the most emasculating moments in the movie Black Panther. There have already been multiple takes on the lack of black male masculinity in Marvel's Black Panther franchise from both men and women that detect an agenda afoot. But how can that be when the producer himself is a black man? The truth is, a lot of men in general feel afraid to represent themselves accurately in the presence of women unapologetically.
This woman, she already had some kind of masculine features, like deeper voice, deeper whatever. She decided to be a man because she wanted to see how men were treated. Not sex change, an experiment. She ended up herself after like a year and a half of this because she said she was treated so horribly by women that she couldn't even believe that this is how men lived. And I was like, no way, but I can see it. I can see that you guys don't speak up. You don't say the things that we need to hear because you want to love us, you want to support us, you want to be there for us, but you guys are supposed to be. You're supposed to be the strong one. Yeah. You're supposed to be these things, and yet we've been fighting to be your equal, fighting to be the alpha, fighting to be, and out of kindness, you guys are stepping back, but it's a losing war for both of us.
I understand that this is a fantasy world of giant green men and wizards, flying spider dudes, and magical grape juice that gives you superhuman strength. But we cannot deny the impact that theater has on society. Either when the intent was to uplift or mislead, we tend to see that what seems to be the uplifting of women always comes at the expense of the men.
The woman king. What happened?
So take a look at the most emasculating scene, which many feel is a symbolic representation of the state of the black community at large. So here you have a warrior targeting another warrior. As a matter of fact, this is M'Baku, perhaps the most natural, physically dominant citizen of Wakanda. But it takes a woman to step in between to protect him from her husband, and she tames the savage beast, declares that her loyalty to her husband is conditional, and that she will kill him.
Would you kill me, my love?
For Wakanda. Without question.
Then the scene shows women standing over the men in weak positions and ultimately ends with all of the men kneeling before the women. Tell me this isn't the most emasculating and embarrassing movie in the MCU. And it gets worse in the sequel. And while the only praise for the movie seems to come from women that enjoy the spotlight at the detriment of black male representation, there are both men and women alike that have expressed their grievances.
Ryan Coogler, hold this L, bro. I understand you had your back against the wall, bro, and I was ready to give you a pass. I even said give him a pass. He working with house money, I said. But I didn't think no way in this world you would make a movie like this. This disrespectful. This bad.
They definitely should have hashtag recast T'Challa. They definitely should have. I can even appreciate what they were trying to do with how they start the story off. But it just did not work for me. There was only one person cheering in the theater.
In my opinion, I feel like that they portrayed the women as very masculine. Wanted to know your opinion of that. Do you agree?
Yes. They basically want us to trade places. They want the man to be effeminate and they want the woman to be masculine. I don't like the roles that I see black women in. I believe black women are the only women in this country who have been victimized by femininity. And what I mean by that is the black woman has been stripped of her femininity. The black woman is the only woman in this country who has to be tough. You're the only woman who's expected to be masculine. You're the only woman who is expected to not yield or humble herself in the presence of her husband. You're the only woman who's expected to be strong all the time as if you are some kind of a superhero. You are never allowed to be vulnerable at all. And you know who helps to reinforce this racist narrative about the black woman being basically a brute, a softer version of a man? Black women do it.